you can just kind of leave it for now until the final stage after you get everything done, and then you trying to tie everything together on the final. So now I'm gonna do the hair using the lighting that's set from the helmet. So now I'm using the dodge tool on the layers, and then I pick the color from the dodge and then make another layer normal and use that color as a base for the color that I paint for the highlight of the hair. So now don't, when you do hair, don't go overboard. We draw every hair strain and piece of hair and stuff. Just focus on like a big clumps and focus on the value. And if you want to do that, then just do it at the final stage. You don't have to like do everything right away. Just kind of put things together and trying to piece things together before you go in and refine the details. Kind of like from the first stage that we have the construction line, and we do the construction under painting. Let's go by step by step as a whole, and then now we're going in and trying to fill in like the detail, but it's not really final yet. You just kind of adding detail here and there and sort of figure out what fits and what doesn't, and kind of go from there. And the face and helmet is probably not going to be this stage. Is done at this stage, but it's not like final. So I might have to go in and fix things after I bring every single piece of this illustration and tie them all and up to the level of the helmet. Then I'll tie everything together. But sometime on the rest of the illustration you can just leave it loose and have a detail in some place, and the what do you call it, the focal point will probably have the most detail and where your eyes drawn to. And now I'm just kind of adding a little bit here and there as I come up with like that things that hanging from her shoulder pad. And I'll just use the value drawing the silhouette and see if it works, and kind of paint over the silhouette and give it value. So now I'm changing things again. I add a spike onto one of her shoulder pad. I think I should. Don't know why. I think it might give her a more interesting silhouette. And yeah, it is, I think. And then I'm kind of added some cloth underneath it, but I'm gonna have to go in and refine, pick the color later on. And so now I'm kind of going in for mid-level detail. So now I kind of have the set drawing of the shoulder pad, and I'm just kind of going in and using the existing color to tie the picture in together again, see if it looks okay. Always look at this bottom down here, see if your picture still read, and if it's off, now it's still okay. And I'm trying to like bring this part out from the background and make it somewhat popping. Oops. Now I'm trying to work on her torso, bring it to the close-up a little bit, and I add another normal layer, just regular layers, and now I'm adding some kind of her neck decoration stuff, and add some black. When you trying to add stuff on there, just watch the value that you are working on, like looking at the small screen over here, just to see if everything's alright, and using the existing color that's already there in the pictures. it's gonna work better. Don't trying to do anything too light or too dark that nothing that is the value is not there. Using the existing one, pick the color from whatever that is already there and trying to simplify the picture that you have, and trying to do a big shape. Now I'm adding some kind of outfit onto her to the side, and I'm trying to render out her torso, make it a little more three-dimensional, and smoothing out the skin using a soft brush. On the hard edge, you can use just a soft circle brush, and on the soft part, like when you're trying to blend in, I never use a smudge tool because I don't really like it, and I don't think that's a good way to do it. The way to do it when you're smoothing stuff, I usually use a soft brush, 70% soft, or you can use an airbrush to smoothen it out. And also beware of, like, when you're using soft brush a lot, everything's gonna look too airbrushy. So trying to maintain hard edge and soft edge, like notice what part of the body or what part of the illustration is should be blended in, and what part of the illustration got a hard edge, which is the light hitting in a totally different angle, then it will create a hard edge. And I will use multiply layer just to get the value that I want on the area, and then I'll pick the color, and I'll just use a 70% to 100% value.